What if everything wrong with today's world is supposed to happen? What if the corruption, the greed, the chaos we see around us is not a mistake, but a natural phase in a cosmic cycle? And what if a golden age, an era of absolute truth and perfection, is waiting on the other side? Hindu scriptures say this is exactly what is going to happen, and the details are extraordinary. To understand where we are going, we first need to understand where we are. According to Hindu cosmology, time moves in a giant circle. It is not a straight line with a beginning and an end. It is a cycle that repeats again and again forever. And within this cycle, there are 4 ages, 4 yugas. The first is Satyug, also called Kaliyuga, the age of truth. This is the golden age, the best possible time to be alive. Dharma stands on all 4 legs, like a bull at full strength. People are naturally truthful, compassionate, and devoted to God. There is no deceit, no crime, no suffering. The second is Satyug, the silver age. Dharma loses 1 leg. Things are still good, but not perfect. This is the age of Lord Ram, when righteousness still dominated but evil forces like Ravan began to rise. The third is Yuga, the Bronze Age. Dharma stands on only 2 legs. Good and evil are balanced. This is the age of Lord Krishna, the Mahabharata war, and the great moral conflicts that tested humanity. And then comes Kaliyug, the Iron Age, the Dark Age. Dharma stands on just 1 leg, barely holding on, and this is where we are right now. The scriptures describe Kaliyug in terrifying detail, and when you read those descriptions, written thousands of years ago, you will be shocked at how accurately they describe today's world. The Bhagavata Purana says that in Kaliyug, wealth alone will determine a person's status. Not character, not wisdom, not virtue, just money. The rich will be respected regardless of how they earn their wealth, and the poor will be ignored regardless of their goodness. Does that sound familiar? It says that marriage will not be based on compatibility or dharma, but on physical attraction and convenience. Relationships will break easily. Family bonds will weaken. Children will not respect their parents, and parents will not properly guide their children. Religious leaders will be corrupt. They will use spirituality as a business. People will perform rituals without understanding their meaning. True spiritual seekers will be mocked, while charlatans will be worshipped. Governments will be run by thieves and liars. Leaders will exploit the people instead of serving them. Justice will be for sale. The powerful will oppress the weak, and the weak will have no recourse. The environment will suffer. Droughts, floods, and natural disasters will become common. Seasons will become unpredictable. The earth itself will be drained and exploited. People will have short lifespans, weak bodies, and troubled minds. Depression, anxiety, and fear will be widespread. Attention spans will shrink. People will seek instant gratification instead of lasting fulfillment. Now here is the remarkable thing. These descriptions were written between 3,000 and 5,000 years ago, and yet they read like today's newspaper headlines. That is either an incredible coincidence or an incredible prophecy. You decide. But Kaliyug is not all darkness. The scriptures also say one beautiful thing about this age. In Kaliyug, spiritual progress is easier than in any other age. Why? Because in Satyug, you had to meditate for thousands of years to make progress. In Satyug, you needed elaborate rituals. In Dwapar-yug, you needed temple worship. But in Kaliyug, simply chanting the name of God with sincerity is enough. The bar is low because the conditions are harsh. It is like how a student who passes an exam during a storm deserves more credit than one who passes on a sunny day. But how does Kaliyug end, and what comes after? The Bhagavata Purana, the Vishnu Purana, and the Kalki Purana all describe the end of Kaliyug in vivid detail. As Kaliyug reaches its worst point, humanity will be at rock bottom. People will be so consumed by greed and hatred that civilized society will collapse. There will be no law, no order, no dharma. Lifespans will shrink to just 20 or 30 years. People will live in constant fear. The strong will prey on the weak with no shame. Knowledge will be lost. The Vedas will be forgotten. Temples will be empty. The very concept of God will be ridiculed. And then, at the darkest hour, something incredible will happen. Lord Vishnu will take his 10th and final avatar, Kalki. Kalki will be born in a village called Shambhala to a Brahmin family. His father's name will be Vishnuyasha, and his mother's name will be Sumati. From childhood, Kalki will be extraordinary, brilliant, powerful, and filled with divine energy. According to the Kalki Purana, Parashurama, the 6th avatar of Vishnu and one of the 7 Chiranjeevis, will be Kalki's guru. Parashurama has been alive since Satyug, waiting for this exact moment. He will train Kalki in warfare, in Vedic knowledge, and in the ways of Dharma. Kalki is described as riding a white horse named Devadatta, carrying a blazing sword. He will ride across the world, destroying the forces of evil and corruption. This will not be a subtle spiritual revolution. It will be a complete cleansing of the earth. The wicked rulers, the corrupt leaders, the false teachers, all of them will be swept away. Some texts describe great natural calamities accompanying this period: floods, fires, earthquakes, and cosmic events. The earth will be purified not just of evil people, but of the accumulated negative energy of an entire age of darkness. After the cleansing is complete, Kalki will establish Dharma once again. And with that, the cycle will turn. Kaliyug will end, and Satyug will begin anew. Now let us talk about what Satyug actually looks like, because this is the part that will fill your heart with hope. In Satyug, truth is not something people struggle to practice. It is as natural as breathing. Lying will be as unthinkable as flying is for us today. It simply will not occur to people. Dharma will not need to be enforced by laws or police. It will be built into the very nature of human consciousness. People in Satyug will live for hundreds of thousands of years. Some texts say the average lifespan will be 100,000 years. Physical bodies will be strong, healthy, and free from disease. There will be no hospitals because there will be no illness. The body and mind will function at their highest potential. There will be no hunger and no poverty. The earth will produce abundantly without being forced or exploited. Trees will bear fruit in every season. Rivers will flow with clean, sweet water. The climate will be perfect, not too hot, not too cold, with gentle rains exactly when needed. Society will be based on complete equality and mutual respect. There will be no discrimination based on birth, wealth, or status. Everyone will be recognized for their spiritual merit and nothing else. There will be no need for governments as we know them, because people will naturally govern themselves through Dharma. Marriage and family will be sacred. Relationships will be built on genuine love, respect, and spiritual partnership. Children will be raised with deep wisdom and care. Every home will be a place of learning and devotion. Meditation will come naturally. People will be born with spiritual awareness that we can only dream of achieving after decades of practice. Connection with the divine will be direct and constant. Prayer will not be a desperate plea. It will be a joyful conversation. There will be no wars, no violence, no weapons. Conflict itself will be absent because the root causes of conflict, greed, jealousy, ego, fear, will not exist in the human psyche. Sacred knowledge that has been lost over the ages will return in its complete, original form. Teachers will be genuine. Students will be devoted. The guru-disciple relationship will be at its purest. Nature and humanity will exist in perfect harmony. Animals will not fear humans. Forests will be lush and abundant. The 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, will be balanced. The planet itself will be healed. But here is the deepest truth about the Yugas. This cycle never stops. After Satyug reaches its peak of perfection, it will gradually begin to decline. Satyug will come, then Dwapar then Kaliyug again, and then another Satyug. This has been happening forever and will continue happening forever. It is the breath of Brahma, the cosmic inhale and exhale. One complete cycle of 4 yugas is called a Mahayuga, and it lasts about 4.32 million years. 1,000 Mahayugas make one day of Brahma the creator. And at the end of Brahma's day, the entire universe dissolves back into the cosmic ocean. only to be recreated when Brahma wakes up. The numbers are staggering. They make our individual human lives seem incredibly small, and that is exactly the point. So what does all this mean for us, living here in Kaliyug? It means that the darkness around us is not permanent. It is a season. Just like winter always gives way to spring, Kaliyug will always give way to Satyug. This is not wishful thinking. It is cosmic law. It means that we should not despair at the state of the world. Instead, we should use this difficult time as fuel for spiritual growth. Remember, Kaliyug is the easiest age to make spiritual progress. A little bit of sincere effort here is worth thousands of years of practice in other ages. It means that our job is not to fix the entire world. Our job is to fix ourselves. To be a small island of Satyug in the middle of Kaliyug. To practice truth when lying is easier. To show compassion when indifference is the norm. To remember God when the world tells you to forget. The ancient rishis who described the Yugas were not trying to frighten us. They were trying to give us perspective. They wanted us to know that we are part of something much bigger than our individual lives. That time is a wheel, not a road. And that no matter how dark things get, the light is always coming. Satyug is not just a future age. It is a possibility within you right now. Every time you choose truth over lies, kindness over cruelty, wisdom over ignorance, you are creating a little piece of Satyug in your own heart. And that, perhaps, is the greatest teaching of the Yugas. The golden age is not just coming. For those who choose it, it is already here.